Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's Monday night over here at Rethink Gaming. That must mean that we are playing Curse of the Crimson Throne. It's a Paizo or Pathfinder adventure, but we're running it with the 5th edition rule set, and you know all this because we are all the way up to episode, 14 or something. I want to thank Sirenscape, as always, for the amazing atmosphere and music. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. If you're curious about how to support things or how to contribute to this menagerie, there are links in the hibbity-doo right below where you're going to find this video. Last time we played, the party had confronted the giant rats and were-rats in the sewers, deep within the sewery den. They had just compelled 2 of them to surrender. Oh, let me get that shared. And I don't know what they had in mind next. Perhaps a puppet show of some type. But one of the ones that they managed to get to surrender was their leader, Girig's. Who looks like that? Oh, and additionally, at least 2, if not 3 or more, people need to be worried about were-rat infection. Did I miss anything?
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, I'm not going to suggest that those people drink a shot of Silver Sheen just to see what happens, but
Oh, God.
I'm going to look
Oh,
around and see if I can determine who's got the wereherp.
I think when we get back, we might need to take them to our priest friend who we delivered to the leader of the guard, the overly priced priest.
Mm-hmm.
What was their name?
Ishani?
Yeah, that one. I think we should hightail it back to Ishani and get everyone checked out, because I don't have that ability. Well, not yet.
Should have licked the toad.
I did lick the toe.
But weren't we down here to determine whether or not the were-rats were the ones that were kind of infecting everybody?
Yes, that was a rumor.
So
That's-
do any of them look like they have the disease? The ones
No,
that we still
we
have?
already know that they're immune. Where we were up to with them is we were asking them if they wanted to help the guard in dealing with the sick, since they are immune. Maybe clean up their name with the city too. And they were like, "No, we want to take over the surface." Blah blah blah. And then we were just kind of like, "Yeah, you're gonna die."
That's right. That's right. Okay.
So while these 2 did surrender, like, they also just told us they had plans for world domination. So it's kind of a pinky in the brain kind of thing here. Do we want to squash these 2 and just move on with our day? Or do we want to honor what we said to the lady who routed us down here? I don't recall her name, but, we promised that we would not kill when we didn't have to. So if we let these 2 live, at least we were being honest.
So Bishop asked a question in the chat. He's wondering, with his 676, if he successfully heard the creature that we saw asleep moving earlier and around. I'm going to go with the first dice showing that's a 7. So, oh, here we go, 11. You don't hear the creature moving around.
Yeah, that is a good question. Bishop's asking all the right questions. Do we hear anything? Oh, that didn't make it into the right window. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can hear the were-rats to the north running away down some long hallway. But no, otherwise it's just the flowing ick and dripping goo.
You hear that, buddies? Your friends are ditching you. There's nobody here to help you. Don't want to take over the world, Grizzig?
Grizzig says, "Must surrender."
Yeah, he's still under my command spell, right?
He is. He's magically forced to prostrate himself before you, hands open to show that he doesn't have a weapon.
Well, if that's the case, I'll release concentration on heat metal. I think someone had him with Tasha's Hideous.
It was Norbert.
Wait, what?
Did you hit him with the hideous laughter?
Oh yeah, I did. We can go ahead and release that.
Although it would have been fun to hear Bob redo all that speech in the middle of hideous laughter.
I retract what I said. I keep it on indefinitely.
You choose.
No, I'm good. I'll take it off. He is no longer a laughing rat man.
So what do we want to do with these ones?
Do they have anything cool on them we can take? Or are they just stupid rat men?
They're sewer people.
Yeah, they're.
Are you
No.
being racist?
I mean, they repurpose things. So I mean, depends on what you're looking for. I don't think you're gonna find anything as cool as this. And I hold up my half-finished poems.
Okay.
Well, guys, we do have to decide what to do with these two. I take it both of you are going to tell us now how you don't want to take over the world anymore, and what you really want is us to heal you, and you're going to go ahead and join the guard and be good little were-rats and get your friends to join up. What you're going to do is you're going to help all of those people. Otherwise, we're going to come back here and we're going to put our feet right back inside of you. What do you think of that?
And then I'll put you in my sack.
I'd
Well, they're
rather
also under-
go to
they're also under
prison
command.
than serve the guard.
Well, not serve. How about work alongside for the common people? How about the people who haven't hated you? You can give them a reason to think you're decent. And on top of that, Phil's going to throw a little bit of that Bardic persuasion stuff that he does. You roll a 5, you get a 16. Oh, it didn't? Why is that happening? I'm sorry. Hang on. I had the combat tracker over my window, so I couldn't roll. Oh, look, it was even worse. But it's still persuasive.
Okay. So, what are you proposing? Just overall.
We're proposing that they act as their own squad and that the commander of the guard herself will direct them to help the priests. Since they're immune, they'll help escort the priests around and make sure that they can heal people. You are there in a respectful capacity.
Okay.
That's what we're going to pitch to them. And if they want, we'll bring them to the guard commander. It starts with a K. I forget the pronunciation.
Cressida.
That one. We will bring them to Cressida herself, and they can negotiate that they operate as their own unit with full respect, and the Grey Maidens will treat them with respect. Come on, plus a 15. That's a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. I'm trying to think of how the other NPCs that you've mentioned will actually interact with this. But, yeah, so he will agree to that. He doesn't have any choice, especially. And suggests that he meet you over by the sewer grate that empties out nearest the Citadel.
Let me see. One thing. I just want to see if I have the ability to do something. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on this little booger.
Okay.
And seeing as he's under the command spell and cooperative... Oh, good, he failed it anyway. Never mind. I'll save my BS. I'm detecting his thoughts to see if he's actually going to go along and be sincere, or if he's saying this is going to line up well for whatever he wants next.
So, The detect thoughts is overwhelmed by the presence of the command. His every thought, his every impulse and instinct is on surrendering to the more powerful force arrayed in front of him. That
So-
may change when the spell fades, but he absolutely is genuine with what he's offering and is
Who
earnest
has-
in his offer.
Who has the command spell on him?
I do.
It doesn't tell me which one.
Blunt Brannigan.
Blunt, let him go. I need to see if he's being honest.
Okie dokie. I release the command spell.
And I'm
Okay.
still detecting thoughts because it lasts for a minute.
As though someone poured a bucket of water on his head, he becomes aware of his situation, stands up, shakes his head, looks around at you all nervously. He's wondering if he can flee to escape the situation.
If we take you up there and we make good on our end of the deal, are you going to live up to your own? And I'm still detecting his thoughts.
He doesn't trust you. He asks, "Why should I?"
Because we're sparing your life here and now, and because you have a chance to better your own species in the eyes of everyone. You have a chance to do the right thing and live up to the reputation you claim your race should have. Put your money where your mouth is. I hope he doesn't know anything about the story about when we stuffed silver coins in a were-rat's mouth and beat it to death.
Well, that wasn't
That
you
wasn't
anyway.
us.
All good there. I can't tell.
We should tell him who told us to spare his life as well. Imagine that would be some good information to have.
Sure.
We did bring that up once, didn't we?
I think so. Yes. I remember that.
Okay, just
I
make
think
sure.
we initially brought it up when we were trying to not murder all of them.
Yeah, we did give you the Billy Martin on this one.
What?
We did give you the option not to have bloodshed today. As you stand there looking at us as people who just beat you in combat, understand, didn't have to be this way. We came here looking to enlist you. We didn't come here looking to beat up on you.
He's cautious. He says that he will meet with this captain of the guard and see if she has the same intent.
While he does that, I will drop a cure wounds on his buddy and a little bit on him. And actually, I'm just going to do a mass healing word.
Okay.
That'll hit, let's see, Norbert. Who else is down a few points?
I think I could take a few.
Bishop.
No, I'm only down a little bit.
Bishop is down 14.
Okay, so this will do 1d4 plus 5 to anybody who wants it in the vicinity because they're all close enough. And it's
I want it.
not more than 5 people, so we're good. Mass healing. So anybody who wants it, take 1d4 plus 5.
You said not more than 5 people?
Yeah, so we're doing the 2 rats. I got 3 of our party. I don't need any. You want to do Rumble, Victor, and Norbert?
Wait a minute.
Or was somebody else low also that I don't see?
I think it's just
My
Rumble.
health in the combat trackers, but
Bishop.
I've got a little more health than I've only taken 7 damage.
All right, well,
Well, you, yeah.
three of you grab it.
So
someone else-
Rumble, Bishop, and Norbert. You 3.
Yep.
I've only got 5 damage. You've got 7.
And for the were-rats, let's do 1. They get 9,
Oh wait, I did the wrong one.
and the other's going to get 5.
Okay.
We'll give Grizzig 5 and the other one 9.
Okay.
What is it? D4 plus 5?
1d4 plus 5 hit points. Just take it out of your wound. And that's a 3rd level slot for Brian today. For Bill. Hopefully you see where people of our word will see at the sewer grate live up to yours.
If you don't, I got a couple more fireballs I can throw your way.
I don't think anybody wants any fireballs.
Oh, Grizzig, before you leave, anybody who was bitten by you might have a little issue to deal with. Is there anything you can do to help us with that ahead of time?
He narrows his eyes and looks at you suspiciously. What are you asking?
I'm asking you to help us to not have lycanthropy amongst our party. Can you help us? We spared your life. It's time for you to do the right thing in return.
You're unlikely to die.
How about turning? We don't want anyone to turn.
You'd be improved. Were-rats are better in every way. I never leave this form.
Except for fighting, apparently.
Yeah, some of us might want that choice.
It would be an offense to all I am to help you.
Fair enough. See you at the grate.
You can't make it that easy on him. Hold on. How many spell slots do I have left?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do to him?
Hold up. Before you go waste some spell slots, I want to
Do I?
go over.
Sorry. Go ahead.
You got it. Like, I want to go over and use the friend's cantrip. And I'm going to ask my new friend how I would go about not turning into a were-rat. Because at this time, I don't particularly want to do it, but I might be interested in doing it later.
Can I use my collection of diseases book to look up if there's anything about were-rats and how to cure were-ratism?
Maybe.
Would that be a medicine check, or would that be a history or arcana for me? Because
Yeah.
I might know about that. I'm a lore bard.
You could attempt any of those. No,
I've
the
got a
book doesn't mention lycanthropy.
Rub silver on the wound. Easy.
Nope, I don't know anything about
Should I try a persuasion to see if my new friend wants to tell me how to avoid turning?
I just drool on myself a little bit.
it. It's like, I
Thinking
don't know.
about
Maybe I want to be a were-rat.
Yeah, you guys, you haven't dealt with this yet.
Well, sounds like I'm burning the spell slot.
Well, we're going to go see the priests. I'm just saying. The priests can solve this for us.
What if we punch him really, really, really hard?
What if we let them go and we just complete the mission? Because we have bigger and better things to do than spend all day in the were-rat sewer den.
Okay.
I mean, I know we all have silver pieces, but come on.
Can I give him mage hand and just give him a massive wedgie?
Did I just hear the eating track from Daisy?
No?
You did that for me.
No, I think that's actual eating.
Yeah, that's the eating clip. I know that all too well, man. So what do we want to do? Do you want to cast a spell on the were-rat? Like, what do we want to do?
I mean, you said you wanted to go, so I can save my spell slots. Let him be. You go talk to a priest.
Yeah, Bishop whispered in my ear the same exact thing about 5 seconds ago. So I say all right, 2 minutes. We're heading to the sewer grate right now. Go take care of what you need to take care of and meet us there, Grizzig. Does that sound like the right move, guys?
Let's go.
Sounds
I
good.
like it.
We got to be
That'll-
quiet though, because that Osawak or whatever it's called is still sleeping there, isn't it?
Yes, the Atiek is
Atiek. Yeah.
still sleeping.
Let's go. Let's leave. We
Even
also
the
want to go
hounds want,
murder up an Ozzy.
even the hounds want to go. So, Bob, if we head over towards the sewer grate and he takes off, we're hoping he's going to meet us there.
Yeah, he'll probably get there before you will, depending on what route he has to take. Excuse me.
Can we just go? Let's just go now. We don't need to take separate directions. We're following you. Let's go. Do you want to get your group, or do you want to come by yourself?
So he is going to sneak through some passageways that are too small for most of you to follow.
That's not going to work for us. You're going to stay with us. We need to get out of here safely. We're doing this for you, with you. You need to do this for and with us, man. Get on the right program quickly.
He sneers at you. We know this city better than you.
There.
Go back to the surface walker.
I'm being really persuasive when I say it. I was really flattering, how great it would be that we would be able to do that, but we don't have that ability.
He
I was really nice.
He reassesses. He calmly points out that if he shows his face on the surface, he'll be attacked.
He will not in our presence. And if not, we can give him a magical cloak to make him feel better about himself.
He has no desire to hide who he is. He's very proud of being a were-rat, and will tell you about the many advantages of being a were-rat. He's happy to turn you into one if it's possible.
We will be his proud escort. Let's move. He can walk with his head held high.
Supremely confident that the guard will attack him if he comes out to the surface. But this is just the way things have always been.
I mean, I don't have him on a 27. I trust you, but
I mean,
right.
he's treating you as though you don't have all the information. He thinks you're sincere. He wants to make you happy, but
we outrank the guard. Let's go. The guard answers to us. We're taking you straight to their leader. They're going to open their doors and walk us in, and you will be respected. Relax.
And make him invisible.
Yeah. Would you feel better if we magically guarded you by making you invisible?
He would love to be invisible. That would be amazing.
All right, Phil, hold his hand.
Yeah, I was going to say the condition is that we bind your hand to one of our hands, each of you. You'll stay with us for the duration. The minute you sprint, you become visible.
Yeah, he's fine with that.
Let's take him to the guard.
Okay, and there's no checkpoint between here and the Citadel, as we discussed, so you are fine there. Trying to think if any complication would occur. I can't think of any, but I don't want to make it too easy. No, I'd say you're good. Okay, so a short while later, you arrive at the Citadel. The streets are not as packed as they were previously. There are people lying still now, face down, along the side of the road, and no one within 30 feet of such people. It's having an effect of clearing out the streets. Victor, would you like to poke the dead people with a stick?
Nah, I'm good. I don't have to poke them this time.
Okay. So as you approach the Citadel with the invisible were-rat, they throw the gate open for you on your way in.
I yell to one of the guards, summon Crisetta. We absolutely need to speak with her in private. And we head towards the chambers that they gave us earlier. And I hold the door open to usher in our entire party.
Okay. Well, upon entering that chamber, you see about 8 people in robes look up from what they were doing. It is occupied.
Oh.
Let's see, as charmingly and as professionally and as respectfully as humanly possible, inform those what I assume to be Grey Maiden that we have urgent business with Crisetta and that we are in service of the Queen and the Grey Maidens, and we ask them if we could urgently have that room for a short period of time. Absolutely essential.
Man in a brown cloak steps forward. Hello. You must be the guards, the famous ones everyone's been talking about.
I'll roll a perception to see if I know who he is, if he's a famous bard. Who that guy?
You do not recognize him,
Oh,
and you should have.
you should have.
Yes.
Wow.
No, I'm
Phil,
not-
Phil begins orating on the great deeds and many efforts of our group in service of the Queen to date, not skipping any detail with embellishment. And finally starts to wrap things up as we are urgently needing to speak with Crisetta.
Excellent. Yes. I'm sure she'll see you. She's in her chambers. I'm Dr. De Valles. He bows. When you're finished with her, please come see me. We have much to discuss.
Fair enough.
So when you said that he should have heard of him, is this someone famous in the city? If I do a history check, would I know who this person is?
You can certainly do a history check.
Oh.
Yeah, you are less confident that you should have known who that was. does.
Anybody else know who he is?
Yeah, is there anybody else who is a native of Carvosa who could try? Blunt, you are.
He said his name. Does that ring a bell to here? Maybe on history, does it ring a bell to me? No.
Rumble's stupid, so he doesn't know.
I guess I can give it a shot and see if I can rack my brain here.
Apparently, so is Norbert.
Bishop seems to recall.
Bishop does not recall and feels like he should have as well.
Oh, oh, never mind.
Oh, he's all doctor. He's all doctored up. Okay. All right. Well, let's usher these. Let's usher that special thing with us over to our friend Chrisetta, and we'll come back here in a moment.
Okay, so you find Cressetta and Ashani discussing disposal of corpses when you enter her office. They are looking at a large map of the city. They seem to have identified multiple places for burn pits.
Chrisetta. Good afternoon.
She stands as you enter. Welcome back. Successful mission, I hope.
We need to speak to you, and you need to decide who else in the room should be privy to top business.
Does this pertain to the plague?
And the other item that you mentioned. Yes, both.
Our mutual friend here assures me that he speaks for the Church of Abadar. Therefore, all matters pertaining to the plague can be open to him.
And I'll drop the spell.
She
So
reaches
we'd
for
like-
her sword. The second he becomes visible, he
Drop your sword, Chrisetta. Drop your sword immediately, please.
You do not give me orders.
I ask you. I don't order you. We have come a long way. We have followed your orders to date. We ask for your trust in this moment. Please sheathe your sword immediately, as if you are issuing trust. It's
You need to
important.
explain why you've snuck someone into the Citadel immediately.
It's very simple. You have a race of were-rats who you're blaming a plague on. They're immune to this plague. They can't be the cause of it. We have them here. We have them willing. Understand that if your guard is willing to do away with your bias, you have now a squadron that is immune to your plague. We brought you 2 people to speak on their behalf. So I ask you to please choose your tone accordingly, as they are very sensitive to being respected. This is a tenuous moment, and that is why we brought it strictly to you.
She
And you want one of those?
relaxes.
You want some more of that persuasion on there?
That's not necessary. She relaxes. She sheathes her sword.
It's the strategic advantage in this moment. Take a bias and do away with it. Focus on the mission.
She introduces herself, and the conversation begins somewhat in earnest, but our were-rat friend is somewhat shy. He's not used to being around so many people. So she suggests that you clear the room and leave her to speak with him in private.
Forgive my tone. Forgive the somewhat treasonous nature of arrival. But do you understand why now? And does that reconcile?
She says, "You and I will have much to discuss. But first, let me attend to our guest."
Fair enough. We hobble our way back over to the doctor.
All right. As you're leaving,
was
you
their
can hear her asking after what Grizzix might want to eat.
What's the doctor's name?
Let me copy paste that for you. Evalius.
Dr. D. Got it.
Go see this guy now.
You gonna see that guy?
We should go see that guy.
All right. Man, I wish I could show you this image. Why can't I show you this image?
Too hot for Monday night.
You're gonna love this if I can get it up on the screen for you. Hold on. Hopefully it's in. Yes. Yes.
It looks like he's staring through my soul.
The good Queen's doctor, huh?
I have no
Trying
to say-
idea.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I have no idea why Nick Cage is in the book. If I could have done a better Nick Cage accent, you'd be hearing it right now. But anyway. So
The unbearable weight of massive talent.
as you approach, you see multiple people filing out. It's just going. They've got their plague masks on, and they're headed out into the city. It's going to be you and the good doctor. He says, "Come in, come in."
So you said you had some news for us. Please, first, you know who we are. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and what information you had for us. And can Bishop have a plague mask, please?
Certainly. He gestures over to a crate that has masks and cloaks.
Phil
Yeah.
sneaks a cloak into his bag.
We have work to do, and you're going to want to protect yourselves. But I'm sorry, first introductions. I'm Dr. Reynard de Vallis. I'm the Queen's personal physician. I'm Chilaxian by birth, and I have served Elosia's family for many years.
Did he say chillax?
Chillax. Yes, Chiliax.
Ah.
Chillax. The Chelish are sort of gothic and prone to devil worship.
Nice.
So politicians.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So does he dig me for being a goat?
Doesn't seem to, but he's all smiles to everyone.
So what can we do for you? Obviously, you were waiting for us when we got here. And I'm sorry, you said there was a room full of people. Who else was with him?
Well, they were all leaving as you approached. They're headed toward the gate.
Were those gray maidens, or were they just other people?
They were other people, presumably physicians, dressed in plague masks and such.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yes, I've heard much about you. Cressida speaks very highly of your service to the city.
Well, we do what we can.
Very good. I have something in mind, but for the moment, we're posting these notices. He directs you to a pile of paper on the table. Would you be willing to lend a hand?
In handing out letters?
No, please take a hammer and some nails. We want to pen these at least one per block, canvassing the entire city.
I'll pick one up. What's it say?
Indeed. What does it say? I will get that in text form as well for the people who are taking notes. Everybody good on the note?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't read cursive.
Oh,
I don't think this is
Yeah.
cursive.
I'm kidding. It's very fancy print, though.
Yes, it is fancy.
So I'm gonna use the message cantrip
Okay.
and do it kind of like, one at a time, like rapid fire to the rest of the group, saying, "Tell this dude what we need to tell him, and we need to go somewhere and talk."
Are you?
And Bishop,
Is Bishop asking the doctor what role the guard holds? Excellent question, he says. The guard are to serve the Queen's physicians directly. Mostly members of the guard, yourselves excluded, will be policing bodies, maintaining perimeter security, and otherwise maintaining order. The Grey Maidens will be most of our show of force, if needed, and the investigative body. Hopefully it won't come to it. As we get a handle on this epidemic, we should be able to contain it. My understanding is that you and your retinue are available for individual jobs, special tasks that normal guardsmen might not be suitable to send.
correct, but by posting these up all over town, you realize there's going to be a mob scene at every post. And while we're good at handling mob scenes, doing one after another in every neighborhood is not exactly going to make us popular.
As I said, if it comes to it, the Grey Maidens stand ready to show their skill.
Well, then why can't the Grey Maidens be the ones who pass out all of these notices? Why are you asking us to do this job?
He smiles at you like a knowing father. He says, "This is your first such incident, is it not?"
This is our
So-
first what?
What?
First incident of this magnitude.
No, we've done many things in service of the Queen so far.
Well,
However, this is something else, isn't it?
you should realize that containing this travesty will take stages. We will need to work together. Some must be the carrot, and some must be the stick.
Well, I just don't see how our doing this task is the best use of our skills. If the Grey
Agreed.
Maidens are the ones who are supposed to be keeping order, I don't see the benefit of us doing this. Am I missing something?
The Grey Maidens will act as the military and executive arm. Maintenance tasks, posting of bills, and maintaining mere security will fall to the guard.
Fair enough. I feel this job would be best served by the Grey Maidens based on the level of stick you are going to require in each and every posting. We are a mere group of 8. It is not strategically wise. You should send mass to post these.
They're already being posted. People have already headed toward the northern and eastern quarters.
And the reaction?
I'm sure we'll find out. We've just begun. If you're able to help, and willing, I could use it. Otherwise, please come back after this job is done. The city
used
needs to understand the new order. Then we can proceed.
So, out of character, I'm going to use the message cantrip to each of you individually. That way, we can all kind of have a conversation, and I relay what everyone else is saying. So we can just openly talk out of character, but Phil's relaying everything with message. Do we really?
That's a lot of work.
Okay. You guys talk. I'm going to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
He's
What
a
do you-
goat man. He can do anything.
What do you guys want to do, man? Like, the name of the campaign is Curse of the Crimson Throne. This is obviously the first direct reference to this being the Crimson Throne and the curse of it. You know? It's an all-female army, the Grey Maidens. And yeah, this just sounds like we're on the wrong side here for a moment.
I would have to agree with him. I think we've got skulls on our caps and we're looking at them going, huh, are we the baddies? Because this little order saying we can run into anyone's home whenever we want to, regardless of what's going on. They're literally just, I can walk into your home if I say that you're sick and take over.
Isn't that basically what we've been doing to everybody this entire time? Shortly before we blow them up.
But we do it for good. Okay?
The difference is we
That's what we're
say
telling
we're the good
ourselves.
guys.
Well, the
Oh,
question
God.
is, are we?
I wonder
Like,
if the heads in my bag think that.
do we just want to go along with the bad guys? Maybe it's better to reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I
Do we
mean,
just all want to become chaotic evil?
No.
It's a positive.
It's just
No,
a
I
big
think
decision.
our original goal was to get more information to determine, you know,
who the baddies were.
who the baddies were.
Turns
my-
out, could be us.
Yeah,
It-
Bishop has it right. What is our group? The carrot to the stick.
I'm back.
I think we need to go ahead and work along with them and try to see if we can get any further information as we're going throughout the city.
Well, I mean, we can if we put up those postings every time you post it. As soon as someone reads it, they're going to look for whoever put it up, and it's going to be an issue. You're going to have mass chaos on your hands when people start reading that. Those who can read.
Yeah.
Sounds
so
like a job
so
for
no one.
Cedric.
Yeah.
How about we have mage hands put it up?
I mean, we could also put everything up in disguise. Like,
Yeah,
we
we
almost
can be
have
in
a thief.
disguise. We could have mage hands put them up.
You could
Yeah.
cast Pass Without a Trace and run through
We
the
could
whole
just-
city and knock them all
We
out.
could hire some bums.
I would need to sleep to cast Pass Without Trace.
But nevertheless, the question is this what we want to be doing? Like, it sounds like this is a moral turning.
Well, it sounds like this is already being done, and if we don't participate, then we lose our opportunity to take down the man from the inside.
That's right. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Do we risk
Really?
that and try to take them down from the outside?
I mean, we're really
Inside.
not hurting anyone right now. So
So
We
The
just-
other thing
just
too is what
because
other lead do
We're
we
able to
have?
do this stuff doesn't mean we have to.
we want to put them up.
Basically, we're just doing flyers. We don't have to engage in any, bad behavior or activities.
So we're gonna super sleuth to put that stuff up. Just use invisible.
I
And
mean,
one
is
minute-
this really bad behavior. I mean, right? I mean, we're kind of looking at it from our perspective.
I mean, they are
right?
trying to treat these people for the disease. I
Yeah.
mean, they're doing it heavy-handedly, but they're still trying to do good.
I mean, this is like a monarchy, right? Like,
I don't know, man.
The king's somehow dead. We're now in a plague. New military's being created. Now people are getting told that they have all rights to go into their homes. So it's kind of little
Yeah,
rough.
little
Then
1984.
yeah.
I'm saying, like, out of character, right? This isn't America, so I mean, it's a big deal.
All right. If we're saying we're going to continue to go along, we think our characters would continue to serve the queen here. That's the move. So we will. I guess we're agreeing as a group before even leaving the room. We'll agree to the task. We'll try to do it as discreetly as possible to avoid any mass concern.
Right, because as you said before, this is our way to bring down the regime from the inside.
Yeah, I like that was a good point. I like that too.
Or we might just be a part of it. Who cares? Let's
Are
do
we
it.
the bourgeoisie?
No, our
I
whole goal is
did-
to be famous. Remember?
I did say we could all go lawful evil. I did say that. I said chaotic, but whatever.
The only person that has a problem with it is Paladin. But I
I'm
don't really
go-
think he cares. Best part.
You can pretend to be bad for good.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say.
All right. So are we all agreed? That's what we want to do.
What is our group, the carrot or the stick?
I don't know. We gotta ask him because
Good
we
question.
didn't get
I say we're the carrot, not the stick.
I say that we are a stick-sized carrot.
We have to be kind of Switzerland between,
Everyone wants to be-
between the queen and the people, because, as you said, we're trying to bring her down from the inside. She's a corrupt queen.
Everyone wants to be Rick and Morty, but honestly, we are just Jeff.
So we're not the carrot or the stick. We're the pickle.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
Pickle Rick.
Well, to be perfectly honest, look at our position. We can do a lot of stuff with it. We're not, as long as we don't do anything bad, but at least we can hold officers and be important and make changes when we need to.
All right. So we want to ask to accept the quest, take the papers. We're gonna go. Do we want to stop by Chrisetta on the way back and check on that situation, or do we want to just leave it in her hands?
Say we should still check up with her.
Okay.
Since she did send us on like that quest, so I feel like we should update her on what we have.
I'll grab like
Yeah,
3 flyers.
and possibly find out what her opinion is of this quest. I mean, I consider her to be on the right side. She serves the queen, but I don't think she's as loyal to her as she once was.
I'm gonna grab like 3 flyers and head out.
3.
3, exactly 3.
Okay.
We all grab 3.
He looks at you strangely. Please take a pile.
3's okay.
We stick them all in Norbert's bag.
I will roll to see how many I grab. Where's my D100?
Oh Jesus.
Huzzah!
That's
That's the wrong dice.
Pick up more than whatever Blunt picks up.
I grabbed 12.
Oh my lord.
Mhm.
Norbert's got a bunch.
I'll just take the whole pile.
Wonderful.
I only
I'm
have
going to
11.
throw them haphazardly in the bag. They're not a neat pile anymore. They're just going to be mixed up with everything else.
So we do confirm with them before we leave, and I'm sure we'll ask for this information later at that time. But what quadrants they've already canvassed or are canvassing, and what our assignment is. Because if you tell us now, I know I'm not going to remember. But
They'd
we will
like you to
ask
start
later.
in the western side and head north. when you hit papers that have already been posted, you can stop. The people from the north are going to be working in your direction as well.
We accept the task and exit gracefully. Unless anyone had any other questions, I'm sorry.
So to Crescetta?
Whoop whoop.
Let's do it.
Okay. You step into a strange scene. Crescetta is holding a bandage to the left side of her face and cleaning her blade with her free hand. Grizzix is suffering a relatively nasty stab wound.
So how's it going?
He seems somewhat subdued. He glares at you and says, Grizzix will help, lady.
Okay, so you've agreed to work together, I take it. Looking more towards Crescetta because he said he'll work with her. How does she feel at this moment?
She smiles, winces a little bit from the pain.
We had to smack him around too, but you'll see. This is gonna work.
Please show our friend to his sewer grate that he's requesting, and then return. I'd like to speak to you.
Let's do this if it's possible. We have a few members of our party who are in need of Ashanti's help. Could we, and I hate to say this out of character, split the party? But could we maybe get them some medical attention and we'll usher them back in the same fashion? I want to make sure that we get that fixed, guys.
Yeah, who all got bit?
Yo.
Looks like Victor and Rumble.
Okay, who cast invisibility before?
Lyrium.
Okay, Illyrium, we're gonna need you to do that one more time to get these two fellows home. And I guess can the rest of us drop the were-rats off while those two get seen by Ashanti?
Yes.
Does that work for everyone?
Good with me.
Sounds good for me.
Grisetta reaches into her desk drawer and pulls out a large red potion, downing it. Let's see. Shani. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Remove Curse prepared. But
Maybe you should have prepared better.
if you come back with him to the Grand Vault, he can see to it that you're cared for.
So can they do that while we go to the sewer grate and then we all meet back up with we all agree to meet at the vault. We'll go drop them off at the sewer grate and meet you guys there. That way we can all start putting out the letters from there. Is that doable?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So Ashani pays out of his own coin purse for 2 remove curse castings. And you guys are no longer likely to turn into were-rats, at least today. Grizzix meets several other were-rats at the grate. He gestures for them all to back up, as if waving off an ambush, and they seem confused, but they do. He heads inside with a swish of his tail and disappears into the dank stank.
Poacher bub.
Thanks. All right, you guys are on your way back to the vault, and you hear a guard arguing with a wagon driver.
Is that any of our business, or is it like a bad conversation?
It's getting heated, and the guard is getting ready to pull his sword.
Do we
That's
know
not
who he's
ideal.
arguing with?
The man driving the wagon says, "I swear I did it." "You're a liar! What have you done?" Guy has
What
his
did you do?
hands up, but he's looking toward grabbing the reins and making a break for it.
How close are we to this situation?
You're walking right past it.
Well, I swore an oath of non-violence, and someone's about to do something potentially violent. So we're gonna blow a command spell.
Potentially violence.
Can't
Time to
have
throw no the
people
horses.
acting crazy. How'd I
Okay.
roll it?
Okay, who are you commanding?
The guy in the cart that's trying to get away from the cop.
And what is the command?
Stand down.
Okay, he obeys. He says,
Right.
"I'm sorry, I didn't mean nothing by it."
What did you do?
The guard looks at you, recognizes one of you are wearing an emblem, and says, "This man was supposed to deliver bodies to the burn pit."
And I'm guessing he didn't.
He's back way too soon.
What'd you do with the bodies?
He seems a bit beside himself. I just did as I was ordered.
What were you ordered?
I dropped them off at Racker's Alley.
Is that the designated drop-off location? I asked the guard.
The guard says it is not.
Arrest this man. He has violated the law. Insert full oblivion quote.
Wait, that's illegal. He will. He says, "Do you want to look into it, or do you want to take this man to the stockade?"
Who told you to bring them to the alley?
The foreman,
Which foreman?
Carlton.
Does he
Were
do
you
any-
paid to drop the bodies there?
I just did what my boss said, sir. I was told to take the first wagon every day to Racker's Alley.
And then after that, what do you do with the rest of your
Then you
wagons?
run it like normal.
Well, it's all over, lawbreaker. Your spree is at an end. We're gonna go investigate this. You take this man to jail or to stockades.
Why so harsh, Blunt?
You violated the law.
I mean,
He has to pay the penalty.
He has to pay the fine. He is not following proper decontamination procedures. and we're unable to go to the other town, and we are stuck here. I already forgot the name of that town was.
Magmar.
I wanted to go to Magmar.
Magmar.
If I'm going to be stuck here with people violating the law, a whole bunch of dead bodies outside, and guess what spreads illness?
People?
People.
I'll eliminate the people.
No. Alright, let's go check this out.
Prepare a fireball.
Okay. You head. What are you going to pick up your friends, or are you going to check this out without two of your friends?
Oh yeah, we're split right now.
No, we should definitely get everybody together, I think.
Yeah, let's get everyone together.
Okay.
I'm gonna post one of my notices.
Okay. Nobody gives you any crap about it. Okay, so fast forwarding a bit, you get your friends and you head to the alley, Wrecker's Alley. It's pretty widely known as a site of illicit exchanges in western Old Corvosa. It's a place even Andriel would fear to tread alone, lest she have to deal with a fight.
Now we're in my part of town.
As we're going through this part of town, I'm going to try to use my thieves' cant to determine if there's any runes or writings of interest.
Make a perception check. You do find a cant warning scrawled on a door frame. It cautions you not to sleep here, not to be here at night, and the third rune is marked out.
So, do I perceive that as I shouldn't be there at that particular house or the entire area?
The entire area would be practice for the cant.
Okay, so I relay that to the party.
What was the first one? I saw it was don't be there at night, and what was the first one?
Don't sleep here.
Don't sleep here. What time of day is it right now?
It's late afternoon.
Great.
We should totally sleep here, guys.
That's
I'd
illegal.
like to look closer at the scratched out rune. Is there any way I can get it enhanced?
What do you got in mind?
I asked one of the magic users if they have anything that will
Would identify help?
No,
Maybe
it's not
prestidigitation.
magical in any way.
I take a piece of paper and charcoal out of my pack and kind of do a rubbing of it. Does that help in any way?
Mm. No, it's too badly marred.
Okay.
I use prestidigitation to lightly clean it and leave only the most soiled spot.
Okay. You can't quite make out all of the detail, but it's a symbol of a bat.
No, 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 no.
Would I know what a symbol of a bat would mean in that area?
Vampires.
Yeah, it's probably what it means. It's not it. The symbol that is not the symbol for bat, but a bat was used in the symbol. You can make out the wings on the edge.
Can I do a history check to see if I know what the symbol of the bat would mean?
Sure. So the cant is somewhat personalized and it's very slangy, but vampires is a possible interpretation. You could also use this kind of mark to indicate that there's a cave nearby, or a handful of other things. But
the facts that they say don't sleep here at night and don't walk at night, and it's possibly a vampire, I would assume that there might be vampires in this area. And I tell that to the group.
Where was this place in relationship again to where we came from the vault? How far was it?
great question. Let me figure that out. Can I ask why?
I want to know how long it's going to take to get back.
Oh, as long as we need it to.
I am also curious what part of the city this is. Is this the west where we were going to put up flyers? Is this
It is.
right near the vault? Like right where near where all the priests are?
This is in the old Corvosa.
Oh, very north part.
See if I can find that map.
Where is it? Is this in the area where the plague may have started?
It is.
We're right back.
I wonder if the vampires might be a method of spread of the disease.
Or the cause of it.
Or the cause of it, right?
Hey Bob, do you know
Yes.
the name of the map that I would want to grab to find Old Corvosa versus others?
Yeah, here's this one.
Thank you.
So are we
I'm
in like
wondering if
which
maybe
part?
we need to try to
Stop
capture us a vampire to see if they could be the source of this disease.
You want to fight a vampire?
I didn't say fight, I said capture.
Well, we're supposed to be canvassing the heights, and instead we went up to Old Corvosa. And
Well, that's where the alley is.
where's the vault in relation?
I'm trying to find it.
Because I can see where the Citadel is.
Yeah. Hold on. It might say in the start of that section.
By High Bridgers V10.
North
it's
Point. Yeah, so it's just sort of down into the right there from Old Corvosa.
Anybody want to go vampire hunting?
Need the proper equipment.
There it is. It's T3.
I think if we're going to go vampire hunting, we need to do this the right way, which is with a handful of priests along for the ride. You know, that whole holy war helps. No disrespect, Blunt, or you know.
We could possibly ask.
No disrespect taken.
Does anybody know the way to defeat a vampire? And is there some kind of a magic or potion that can be used to if someone is bit?
Told to eat the food from a land of Italy.
Do we remember anything?
So
Let's take a look.
in the earliest stages, the same magic that your lyncropathy could also work against a vampire's bite.
So it'd have to be like remove curse.
You catch it soon. Wish if you don't.
Hey, you know, guys, if we do want to try and stop this queen and her regime and all, we could just become vampires.
Unless she's a vampire herself.
Very
And
true.
you're making.
Have you
Oh,
seen her
well,
during the day before?
It's the Crimson Throne.
Yes, I think we did see her during the day at the at that hanging.
Yeah, but I don't think it was very sunny that day.
But she was outside and they were hanging. What's her name? We're trying
Christmas
to hang.
lights.
And all they need to enter is your permission. And we just put out an edict that they have permission. Oh, Nelly. Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to find like a silvered dagger, Bob, or like a way to, or like more of the Silverstein.
I have a silver dagger.
Well, I don't. And I'm
We
just
should have.
like,
We do have Silversheen left. We have
yeah,
one vial left.
I just
That's
feel like
for
we need more.
were rats though. I don't know that silver is a deterrent to vampires.
We can always investigate that real quick before going down this tunnel.
Out of character, Bob.
Yes.
Would it be appropriate to use a crucifix in game? Or would it be some other? Is it just any holy symbol that would reject a vampire?
Yes. It's a manifestation of the belief, not so much the symbol.
So any holy symbol. You know, like if I throw up a gang sign. You know.
If you sincerely believe in it and draw divine power from it, yes.
Okay,
You gonna throw up the blood sign?
Da-da-tsh.
I'm not going to record that over the air.
So, you're going back to the church? Are you going to investigate this alley further? What are you doing? Or no, we did go back to the church. You go back to the church?
We haven't said what we were doing. We were just kind of throwing ideas out.
Which the church is where the friends are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're regrouping up and then figuring out where to go.
Well, I mean,
Well, I think we should talk to this foreman first.
I think we should get a couple of priests. You just don't go up to an area that's obviously marked as a vampire hive or coven or whatever they call it.
Coven.
You just don't do that. I've heard enough songs and stories as a bard to know you just don't do that.
Okay.
And we need to do it as a full party if we're going to do it. So we need to get back to our friends.
Yeah, it's a 2-in-1. Tell them we'll be back there in the morning to handle that.
We do know that it is the first card in the morning that needs to go there.
There we go. So let's go hand out flyers and collect our friends and try and line ourselves up some holy allies as we go face the undead.
It's still like some kind of magical weapon.
Priests are usually pretty good at blessing that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're heading back to the vault.
Yes. To meet with our friends.
Really felt like that should have played some music. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Ashani intercepts you at the door, lets you inside, takes you back to private meeting room. You seem like you have something on your mind.
do we?
What do you know about vampires?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun dun dun. What does he know about vampires?
What's
He
the
starts
vampire?
rattling off vampire facts off the top of his head.
Well, that's great that
Um,
you're such an expert. But what do you know about local vampires?
In
and
Corvosa?
what do you know about killing vampires?
What do you know about killing local vampires?
I see why
Specifically
you've
in
come.
Corvosa.
I can see to it that you're equipped with stakes and mallets, surely? Perhaps.
Where's that guy in the back, Brother Van Helsing?
Where's the right hand of God?
We don't have to deal with vampires in Corvosa.
Yeah, try again.
Are you sure about that?
We've certainly not in the past.
What about in the present? And the future. The very near future.
Well, as I'm sure you understand, we scarcely have any magic to spare.
You should carve out a resource. We're going to need at least a couple of bad old servants of God.
Well, that area of town is the area of town that has a lot of empty buildings. So, although they may not be aware of them, there might be quite a colony of vampires in that area.
Boy.
Do you have any
Remember, they
evidence?
sleep-
Do you have
they
any
sleep-
proof?
All right, so Phil's perception check is just through conversation and gesturing, moving around a little bit, trying to get an angle to make sure that this dude doesn't have any red dots or mark on his neck or anything that just might seem a little bit off. Maybe a sharp tooth or something.
No, he's completely clear.
He does look a little pale.
Does he? I think you'd notice if this guy did.
Phil's mind reading continues as he burns his very last spell slot of detect thoughts. Look, man, I'm telling you, there's vampires. Not far from here. You're going to have to stop not reading between the lines and work with us, pal. We need help, weapons, blessings, blessing weapons, holy water, all that stuff. And in significant supply. Not, oh, we only have a little bit. This isn't, you have a larger problem than the plague that is right under your nose. Or, should I say, in your backyard.
So he's exhausted. He's absolutely horrified at the thought of having to go and ask this congregation to do more. They're all completely stressed to the brim, using every single one of their spell slots to try and cure people who just keep coming back. It's possible, but he wants to ask you for help. He turns and says, "Is there any way you could bring me a shred of proof, some sort of leg to stand on as I go and ask for these resources?"
Phil whips out, hang on, make sure that's kosher. Yes, I have paper. And Phil draws out the exact emblems that were shown to us by, oh my gosh,
Andrea.
Andriel. I'm so sorry. That Andriel showed us. Draws out just from memory, bang, 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 the exact symbols, and asks Andriel to explain.
And so I go ahead and I explain to him that these symbols are a secret language that details out the fact that there are warnings in this area not to go in at night or sleep there, and it's a vampire symbol. So here is plenty of proof to show you that there are people in that area who believe there are vampires about.
He shakes his head. This is not enough.
Okay. Okay. Where is it? Where is it?
He's basically wanting us to bring him a vampire.
Okay. One more time. With feeling. Phil asks nicely.
I will for you because you're my friend, and I have no
Your
reason to
best
doubt
friend.
your word. I will go and to make the request. I don't know how well it will go, but I will try.
Here's specifically what you should come back with. In the morning, we are going to go there. We are looking for 2 capable priests who have prepared the right spells for this type of mission. Just 2. It should only be a day's mission. We'll return them as quickly as we can, but they need to be brave and they need to be ready.
I understand.
Thank you. Mame. Pat him on the back. Kind of like a coach. Just slap him on the butt. Go get it! Go get our priest! Come on! Find a paladin in there, too.
Okay. Well, he heads off.
In the meantime, we should probably get our own sleep, get our spells up, and then come back.
That's a fantastic idea. Little bar, little long rest, a little bit more bar. Come on back.
No bar, just rest.
What are you talking about?
No bar, Phil. You want to get drunk before you get eaten by a vampire?
To the bar?
You know what? I'm willing to bet you that if your blood is mostly alcohol, the vampires won't like it.
I mean, their teeth might not get through my skin, to be honest.
Do they still have that one drink? What was it, Silverschlager?
Oh, sure. Why not?
I'm going to look for a place that has some kind of either additional silver sheen bottles then, or magical like silver daggers or some kind of like fire that I can use, or holy water, something of that nature.
Phil asks for an option for his rapier if you have the ability to. Or some derivative thereof if you're going shopping. I'll pay you
I've still
that.
got the 140 plat.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so you're going to go and try and find a magic shop that's open today?
Either a magic shop or a weapon shop that is open, so I can try to get my weapon to become magical, or to buy a weapon that is magical to better help. Either like something that, like arrows that are like have some fire effect, or like something that I can throw similar to the viper poison bottle I think I have that does the poison damage, the wyvern poison, something like that I can like utilize in a fight that's in a magical sense.
Where would John of Wick go?
Basically.
That's a bag of dice right there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Phil and I are going to the bar, right?
Oh, we are already there.
All right. How much we drinking?
I don't know, but I got one hand in the bartender's pocket and one hand on a lyre.
Okay, so for 500 gold, there is a great sword of warning available. When the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls.
Okay.
There's a wand of magic missiles.
Ooh, definitely gonna pick that up, probably.
Phil has one of those, just so you know.
Is 480 gold.
Okay.
Also, on your first shopping trip, you find a hat of disguise for 225.
Okay.
Would you like to spend another several hours out looking?
Let's do. How many hours have passed so far?
Let's say 3.
3. Let's do 2 more.
Okay.
And then I'll call it a night.
I need to modify these tables. Not much. There's a set of +2 blowgun needles. Handful of potions.
I don't think I'm gonna do the hat of disguise. What potions?
Clairvoyance and superior healing.
For the 2 of them, how much are they?
You sure you wouldn't buy that hat of disguise for Phil?
If Phil wanted, yes, I could buy the hat of disguise.
Well, Phil's not there to tell you that, but are you sure you wouldn't think of him and say, hey, you know, I bet he'd want that?
I would, but if I remember correctly, Phil only said anything about his rapier, so I don't know if he would necessarily want the hat of disguise. But I would think about him anyways.
So it'd
I don't know.
be 2,200 for both of those potions.
22 for both?
Yes.
Okay. Let me do this then. I'll drop the money for the Great Sword of Warning. And you said that was 500?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me break out my calculator here. It's 500. Okay, so I'm at 763. How much is, and the hat of disguise was what, 2 and some change?
Yes. 220.
220.
220. We'll say, yeah.
I'll do the hat of disguise as well.
Okay.
543. For just the clairvoyance potion, how much was that? Because I know that for the 2 it was 2,200.
900.
900.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wand of missile was 480, right?
Yes.
What is the platinum ratio to
10.
gold?
10.
10?
Mhm.
Okay. 140 times 10. Okay, and then I think I'll do the clairvoyance potion. Minus 900. Okay, so I would still have like 1,043 gold if I took all of the platinum and added it to mine. So 1043. And then somebody could use the clairvoyance who's better with magic. I think I'll just come back with those and kind of go from there.
Okay.
Who all is awake at this point in my 5 hours of not being there?
Possibly Andriel if she slept the first shift.
But was I doing the first shift?
I don't
Shift or
know.
the second shift?
That's your call.
Okay. I mean, I'll say, yeah, I'm awake.
Okay. I'll just kind of show her what I got and talk about how I kind of dipped into the party's funds for that clairvoyance potion, because I feel like it'd be useful, especially kind of in upcoming fights.
Okay, I agree.
And then I will go the fuck to sleep.
Okay. Trying to figure out who to bring, but let's assume that 2 priests are ready in the morning. Are you guys wanting to do anything else before you go and check out that alley?
I sent you a DM in Discord.
Oh, sorry.
So when Phil gets the hat, what he should appear as is there. If you could update my token when he puts the hat on.
Sure.
New look.
Phil's been kind of feeling a little left out because he looks more goat than person recently. So with this hatted disguise, he has an idea of who he feels he should look like. Specifically, he's got a charisma 20. You know, he wants to look the part on a daily basis. So he's going to assume a different image.
Bob, is the exemplary greatsword the one that is the greatsword of warning?
Oh, did it not come over as identified?
No.
Sure. Hold on a second.
Okay, let me...
Do you need Phil to identify something?
No.
No.
That's
the
actually
items,
really funny.
the items just didn't come over across. So
Norbert, that's awesome.
there we go.
And where's the wand?
I don't think I bought the wand because
you
that
did.
was like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you buy 3
mean-
things?
I bought the Great Sword of Warning, the Hat of Disguise, and the Potion of
Oh,
Clairvoyance.
the hat.
And I think the hat is a cloth hat. Maybe. There we go.
As long as it fits over my horns. Phil gets really excited when you give it to him.
Hey, Phil, I saw this and it kind of made me think of you. Here you go.
Is this what I think it is?
You tell me.
Phil changes out and puts on his fine clothes, what look like a really nicely appointed suit, puts on the hat, and appears as such.
Almost there.
I'm going to be really disappointed if my guess is incorrect.
No, it's not. It's not right. Just remember,
Blunt,
Phil
is your
has a
sword
very-
magical?
Phil has a very high opinion of himself. And it's a disguise as something that he would want to look like.
Yeah, my sword's magical.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted this Great Sword of Warning.
What's the warning on it? It's heavy?
It's a Trident of Warning, is what it is. It's a magic weapon that warns you of danger while the weapon is on your person. You have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet can't be surprised except when incapacitated by someone other than non-magical sleep. The weapon automatically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Very useful.
That does sound very useful. How much is it?
I had bought it for 500 gold.
Oh. I'll take it off your hands.
Party resources.
Yeah.
It's yours, homie.
Gimme. That sounds much better than my greatsword +1.
I think all I do is drop it on you.
Bob, could you... Oh, wait, our tokens aren't on that. Never mind.
Hold on. Maybe
I do wonder what the warning sounds like. Is it like
Whatever
a
you want
car
it to
alarm?
sound like.
I want it to sound like a Nissan Altima getting broken into.
Okay. Why not?
How about like the old 300 ZXs that used to talk to you? Bitchin' Betty.
I just want a car
Paul, will
alarm
you
going off.
check your inventory. I don't know if I actually dropped it once or 3 times, or if it even dropped at all.
Let me see.
Drop it into the party sheet.
Oh, I could.
I don't see it in my inventory.
Drop it in the party sheet.
There you go. I guess what I'll just do is move all of that into.
Thank you, Bob.
You bet.
Phil's feeling himself now.
Wait, this has less damage than my greatsword +1? Unacceptable.
Is it wrong or is it just off the +1?
Just off the +1.
You might need to attune to it. And you know what, Bob? I will buy the frickin' magic wand, the missile. And you said it was 480? I'm going deep in the funds right now. 1043 minus 480 to 563.
Thank you for my hat, by the way.
You're welcome.
My man.
Trying to help out. Let me open the party sheet back up. Either Illyrium or where is it? Phil, or even Norbert. There's this potion of clairvoyance I also purchased for us.
Well, I've
If
got
either one,
I can already
either of
detect
you, one of
people's
you want it.
thoughts. So I'll leave that for Mr. Illyrium if you'd like it. I already got this fancy hat.
Take it.
Okay, guys. Any other business before we close down for the night?
No, I did move the wand. It just needs to be identified in my itinerary or in my inventory, and I pulled the 480 gold out of my pocket as well.
Okay. Wand is identified.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and shut things down here. Picking up with vampires next time. Maybe. Maybe there's vampires.
Sounds
Who
good.
knows?
All right, y'all.
Okay.
Thanks for
Bob.
playing. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Yeah.
Take care.